Hi there. Thank you for joining our mask making workshop. Today we put together a little video for you just to refer back to in case you'd like to make more masks in the future. Today we are joined by my mom, aka Jenny.
Hello.
And Ferdinand, a very high-ranking official in our group.
Hello.
And I think we have everything we need here to make a full mask, but today we'll just be doing a half one. When you come to class, you will have gloves because even though you can wash your hands, it's just a lot easier if you get your gloves dirty and take those off.
Right.
So you can dive right into the snacks.
Which is really why everybody comes. It's for the snacks.
It's for high quality snacks all around. So what we got here is it's cut up into small strips, but some plaster cloth will be provided. You kind of want to cut it into just about an inch and a half of width, and then the length can just be the length of the cloth, or you can cut it into any shape that you'd like. We also have some clay here. We also are going to be using Vaseline to prep our faces just so that the plaster cloth doesn't stick to those little hairs and it feels like you're getting an impromptu waxing session mid-class.
And a bowl of warm,
lukewarm, yes.
Water.
Lukewarm or room temperature works too. That is for the plaster cloth. You'll go ahead and dip that in to the water.
Should I Vaseline my face?
Yeah, you should definitely Vaseline your face first.
Okay, I'll do that for you. Does this look pretty good?
Yeah, that looks great.
Awesome.
And so once you got that on there, what you can do is take your strips, and you can really start wherever you want. I think starting at the top of the face and working down is just what I prefer to do. But we're just doing a half mask today, so you don't have to worry about that. You take it, you dip it in the water, pull it out, it should be fully submerged. You don't want to get it too soaked, but just enough to get it wet, and then you'll place it on. There you are. And it should stick right on. And the nice thing about these is that even if you don't cut it, you can just take it, and if you want to get to an area but not cover everything, so like her eye area, I don't want to get that, I'm going to fold it in half, kind of like this, to make sort of a triangle motion, and I'm just going to place it on there like that. Another thing that you want to do while you're using these is make sure that you layer up a lot. Today we're only doing a half mask because this is how much we're going to be working with. But when you're making your own, you definitely want to make sure you build up a lot of layers so that you have quite a thick base when you're done and you're ready to apply the clay.
I think we measured, it was about 4 to 5 layers, right?
4 to 5 layers, yeah. So once you get one layer on, then start back from the beginning. And if you lose track, which happens, I think we did it too, just feel for it by pushing in. And if you feel a weak spot, just go ahead and slap another 1 or 2 on there. Doesn't hurt to have more. So now we got the T-zone. For all those makeup people out there who know what the T-zone is, your eyebrows and your nose. You don't have to wait for it to dry before you apply another layer. It's just probably better to do several layers upon each other so that it's consistent throughout and you don't have spots where they're just like not connected at all. And after you're done making this and it's dried out, you can cut it, the edges off into any shape and round them off to make them look a little bit more however you like, it's up to you. Ooh, it's spooky already. Do you want to talk about your mask and the process you went to creating yours?
Yeah, so I wanted to, so mine is this one right here. You can kind of see it has a beak that protrudes. So I wanted to create a bridge and a nose for that. So after I put the first two layers on there, I added a...
Was it Q-tip?
It was a Q-tip that I kind of bent in the center so it would kind of bend down like this.
Yeah.
And I added it in between the layers
so it'd stick
off my
out.
nose. Yeah, and then I built more of the plaster cast on top of it, and then shaped it with my...
Can I get this side?
Shaped it with my hands in the mirror because this stuff is pretty pliable.
Yeah. It's good to work with it when it's wet, but you can still probably re-wet it and rework it. Again, though, not recommended. Over-soaking it, yeah, because then it'll just fall apart. And you can already feel right here that it's like drying, right?
I could feel it, and I try not to wiggle my face too much because it when it is dry, you can literally just wiggle your face around.
Yeah, you can squint, and if you have enough Vaseline, it'll
it'll just pop off. So that's why we have the Vaseline. on her face so that it just kind of slides right off and doesn't pull your hair out, like you said.
Yes, it's what we'd like to avoid is the hair pulling. You probably want to do your makeup after you do this.
Yes.
I feel bad because my mom has some beautiful makeup on right now,
Aw,
and it's
thanks.
gonna get a little tarnished here.
That's okay.
But
I have to wash my face later anyway, so it'll
I
be
know.
fine.
It's the sad part of makeup is that you have to take it off.
Yeah.
Well, the great thing about masks is that you can put them on and take them off as often as you'd like. Alright, so the next step is applying the clay to the mask. Here we let it dry a little bit, and then we applied some clay on top. We did leave the bottom intentionally developed with the plaster cloth, so you can see what it looks like, just in case you end up not putting enough and you're like, did I put enough or should I put some more? This is what it would look like. It's a little bendy. As you can see, you can move the nose a little bit. And that's perfectly okay. If that happens, you just plop it back on your face, add a little bit more, and you're fine. Definitely want to do it before you add the clay, though. Once you're done with that, though, what you'll do is you'll take clay, you'll kind of flatten it and shape it into the area that you want to put it on, and then you'll take one of our sculpting tools and you'll score the clay like this. A little bit of marks, get it a little bit wet, and then you'll just take that and glob it on top. It's best to work from one space to another, that way so the clay is all sticking together, but you can just add it randomly and then fill in the blanks with more clay. But for example, this is what it looks like to put it on. That's pretty good. Then you can smooth it out, give it some texture if you want. We have a whole array of utensils for you to use. So you can choose from scalpel, couple stuff to remove, some drilling bits. The drilling bit is going to be nice because on the side of your mask you're going to want to actually have holes so you can have something to hold it onto your face. But if you haven't made it yet, what I recommend is initially going through and making a little hole. I'd say about 1/2 inch inwards. You don't want it too close to the edge because then it might break from enough pressure. So I like to have it just right there, kind of like in equal parts distance from here and the bottom of it. Once you get that in, just pull that back out, and then I go in with another utensil, kind of like this wooden stick here, and then you just go ahead and stick that in, twist it. Eventually it'll go all the way through. Do be careful and make sure your fingers aren't on the pointy end of this, because you don't want to get poked. It's really easy to get hurt with these utensils if you're not paying attention on how you use them. So once you push it in, you just pull it back out. You also want to do this after you apply the clay, that way so it's a consistent hole from the cast through the clay. And you should be left with a little, neat little hole right there. You just leave that be. And for the rest of it, if you want to add texture, you could just like do little scrape marks on the side to make it look like feathered or fur. It's whatever you like, or you can leave it smooth. If you want to smooth something out that you've already dug into, you just take a little bit of water and kind of rub that back and forth like that. And that'll hide that. If you do make a deep hole or you dig out some clay, you're going to have to put some clay back. So just take a little bit, wet your hand, the clay, glob that on, and then you can just smooth that out like so. And then once you've gotten your full mask covered with clay, the only thing you have to do then is just wait for it to dry, and after about 24 hours or so, you can come back, paint it, decorate it, spray paint it, do whatever you want with it because it'll be rock solid. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something useful today. We'd love to see you in one of our classes so you can create one of these awesome masks for yourself. If you'd like, you can DM us a picture of the mask you created on any of our social media, Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Thank you so much and have a great day.